Everybody, welcome back. Now, everybody knows exposure is the key. Ultimately, people wanting to get into a project drives the price up. And in this video, we're going to talk about what's going on with Terra Luna Classic and some of the building underneath the scenes that could send us back to those big moves in the market. All of that in this video. Don't forget, if you're interested in Terra Luna Classic as well as the wider cryptocurrency markets, we talk about it every single day right here on the 2Bit Crypto channel. So turn your notification bell on, smash a like, and let's take a look at what's going on with Lunk right now. 1088, down about 2% on the price. This is the 3-month chart. You saw that massive spike that we got pre-Christmas up to that 258 range with a $1.4 billion volume, but since then has been in decline. Now, that doesn't mean that this can't happen again. And the point here is that we need to be building under the surface. There's lots of things happen, and we know that the community, we know equally people are looking to buy back in. At the same time, though, we know there is a significant amount of sell pressure that it's always going to be a challenge. So what am I talking about? Well, I want to talk a little bit about this. Now, I'm flipping around, so bear with me. But Luna, Terra, as an example, are building and committing to what they did in terms of increasing liquidity and ensuring that they are building into other parts of the Cosmos ecosystem, namely Station Wallet has been now supported by Andromeda Prot, and they are building some big liquidity pools with Osmosis. Now remember, Terra Luna Classic is part of IBC, which connected to all of these, but TFL again committing that $1 million, ultimately with $575,000 of Osmosis, which is important. It doesn't necessarily directly influence Terra Luna Classic, but it shows that the Terra and Luna are building, and we both, and everyone knows, the two are intrinsically linked. If Luna suddenly went on a run, Terra Luna Classic would do pretty much the same thing. But while we've got liquidity being added, while we've got pairing being pushed and development for Osmosis and for Luna, well, Terra Luna Classic is building. More importantly, here's a list of some of those that are building: Terraport, Terra Tritium, Cremation Coin, Air Force Lunk, Elburn Project, Guardian Universe, Terra Casino, and they continue to both burn and build. And these people are not going away. Yes, they might not be the biggest projects in the world, but what it shows is there is a core nucleus of people that want to continue to build on the chain, to do the right things. And then you start getting into some more interesting news. Now, the next bit, you do have to always take with a pinch of salt, but it is important to reference. It says here, Terraport Finance. Now, there's a lot of history that goes to Terraport Finance, but they're still here. They're still trying to do the right thing. This is in no way sponsored by them, but it says we've officially signed a contract to list Terra on a tier 1 centralized exchange. The date and the name to be revealed. Our goal is crystal clear: provide a stable, secure, and safe community DEX, and use this to open up Terra Classic to the world, helping builders build and helping get Lunk back to as a top 10 cryptocurrency. Why is this important? Well, we've seen the massive or meteoric rise with Solana, driven by Bonk, driven by these meme coins agendas, and awareness and notoriety drive a chain. So if we can get something like Terraport Finance on a tier 1, it can only be a good news story. If you ask me, it can only be positive, and people question it. Where is it? What do I need to do with it? Especially if we can find a narrative which is A, building on the chain, B, continue to burn, and don't forget, Binance still are in our corner. They continue and have done for now months and if not years, burn Terra Luna Classic, and I think that is an important part. So let me take a look at some of the parts on some of the stats. It's always worthwhile keep an eye on what's going on. We see this continuation of the burn. About 37.5 million have been burnt, but again, we see a further amount staked on the chain. That's back up to nearly 15% when it comes to Terra Luna Classic. Good news as people start to restake their coins, start to ultimately drive out. What we need to do, though, remember, I talked about this in my previous video, diversify where your coins are staked. This drives decentralization. It absolutely supports the narrative that the community decide on what goes through. Bear in mind, we have our work to task protocol right now, and equally those funds in the community wallet that people want to do. So it's so important that you can't just have one or two that ultimately hold the keys to everything. It's important that we absolutely diversify into the validators and make sure that decentralization is at the heart of everything we do. Again, that community pool continues to grow. I do want to see that EVM thought process work around. Obviously, there's a bit to work through in terms of proposals and how that is actually going to be actioned. But again, I do think it's not a bad thing to spend some money if the community does believe that to be the case, especially now given Terra's funding a lot of liquidity, a lot of pairings, a lot of partnerships. I think it'd be absolutely critical for us to explore EVM compatible, that one thing that we can do different to everyone else. And I think it absolutely should be part of what we discuss. But let me know in the comments down below, what do you think? What do you think of the Terra Terraport Finance, and where do you think that listing is going to be? I'm interested to know what you think. And if you want to see more content like this, you want me to see continuing to cover Terra Classic, you know what to do. Smash that like button. YouTube does love it when you click that thumbs up. And until the next one, subscribe for more. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.